There are certain rules that one must abide by to successfully survive a horror movie. You can never have sex. Big no-no, sex equals death, okay? You can never drink or do drugs. It's a sin, it's an extension of number 1. And 3, never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, ever say, I'll be right back, 'cause you won't be back.
I'll be right back.
You see, you push the laws and you'll end up dead.
What's the matter, Sydney? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Hey guys, me, your host Superstar. Thank you very much for tuning in. Look what I got. It's Ghostface. This is Ghostface from Scream, from the franchise of Scream, and I'm really excited to finally have one. Now, they did release sort of the cult classics one years ago, and I think we did have I think it was Scream 4 where they released sort of this one. But it's been improved, and I believe it to be a new figure, and we finally got one, and I'm really excited. This came all the way from America, so I'm really excited to have this in hand. I've not seen this in the UK anywhere yet. I always get mine off NECA through Amazon, so I'm really excited to have this in hand quite quickly, and I can't wait to open it up. So guys, big fan of the Scream franchise. Scream, obviously I grew up in the era where sort of Scream came out. Obviously I was far too young to see it, but as I got to teenage years, it became one of those films you watched over Halloween with your friends. And yeah, obviously Scary Movie and things like that were a massive impact in my sort of adolescent years, so obviously all that ties in together with Scream, really. With the whole Ghostface killer. Hello, Sydney. So guys, let's go ahead and break him out of the packaging. Obviously, Scream 1 is still my ultimate favourite to this day. I was never a big fan of Scream 3. I thought that was a bit meh. Scream 4, again, I was a bit meh. They could have done so much more with that. Although, going back and watching Scream 3 now is a little bit thingy, especially with the whole Harvey Weinstein and... Because basically Scream 3 is what that's all about, really, isn't it? It's Maureen Prescott being abused in Hollywood, basically. So it does create quite a difficult watch, really, in this modern day world, in my opinion. Right. I say that because I recently went back and re-watched all 3 films in preparation for doing this review. But yeah, Scream 1 will always be my favourite, you know. Even had the guy who played Shaggy in there, didn't it? Like, Zoink Scoob! I'll be right back! Oh. So we've got the guy out. Let's get his spare hand as well for his knee. He's got his knife in here as well, which looks pretty cool. And he's even got his little voice changer. I like the fact that obviously during like the making of Scream as well, caller ID became a thing. So obviously when you watch that film now, it's hard to believe in it. But that was at the infancy of mobile phones as well. So they really were like utilizing that idea of the mobile phone a lot sooner than a lot of other films. So that's pretty cool, knowing the killer could be anywhere but still contact you. And then 9 times out of 10 in the movie, they were always on landlines as well. So they're all stuck in one place while he's roaming around. I'm trying to look at these elbows and things. There we go. Mine was slightly tilted and didn't want to break it, so there we go. Glad I had a quick look. Right, so this is the clothed NECA figure, or the retro cloth figures as they call them. And I'm glad I got this one in cloth. I think certain figures need to be cloth, like Sam from Trick or Treat. I preferred that over the Ultimate Sam because it was like an actual burlap sat on his head. I prefer this because I have got a feeling that when the other one comes, it's going to be cheap, nasty plastic. I've just got a feeling, and the cloth is what makes the costume. So for me, this is quality. It looks real nice, and it really does capture that Scream mask there as well. They've gone nice to create the hood and things. It's all folded down at the back, which is nice, which is what it did in the movie. They very rarely saw the killer with it up like that. So it was always like pushed down and stuff, wasn't it, over his head? Excellent. Now he's got two hands at the moment, one of which is like... One of them is like a hand that you could put things in. I think it's two things for the knife, though. You need to put this other hand in for the knife. But his other hand is kind of like he's got like a throttling hand going on. We have to remove that one, though, sadly, to put the knife in. So I would have preferred to have that hand as well as the other one, but... It's like this hand looks a lot more... You could, like, grip things with it. It's quite wide, whereas this one's quite small. We have to remove this hand. Pop that one in. To then put the knife in. And yes, we are adding the knife upside down. I wish we got two knives. I wish we got one that was a bloodied variant. Same with the mask. I wish the mask actually came off the figure, which it doesn't from what I can see. I wish there was an actual head under there or something. And I wish they had a bloodied version of the face mask that we could change off as well. Cool. Peekaboo. It's hard not to quote Scary Movie, isn't it? Because everyone's seen Scary Movie so many times now. It's hard to quote Scary Movie instead of Scream. And of course he's got his little voice changer here as well. Which has been nicely crafted and designed as well. Surprise, Sydney. I don't think I'll ever use that though. I don't think I'm ever going to use that accessory. That slots into the wider hand then by the looks. Yeah. So that's for that wider hand. Alright guys, so let's talk articulation of this new figure. So it is different from the other figure we had last time, from the NECA 4 figure. It has been altered and changed and it has got better. So the head is on a ball joint, so you can make it look up and down as well as left and right. You can remove the hood should you want to, although it does just have a plain black back to it. So obviously you're going to want to keep that up there. The arms do lift up this top hinge, they do also rotate. They have a single hinged bicep there. From what I can see, if I just roll the arm down, you can get a better look there. What's going on under there? So it's single hinge bicep, and the hands are on ball joints. And you can remove the right hand with an alternate hand. They didn't give us any alternate left hands. There's a crunch. Oh no, there's no crunch at the abdomen. There's no crunch at the abdomen, but there is a waist swivel there. His legs do lift out all the way, actually, as well as forwards. There is a single hinged knee under there, and you can also rotate his leg outwards as well, which is nice. Rotation at the boot, it's just a rocker backwards and forth, and there's no actual holes in the bottom of the feet on this one, so you can't actually use a display base on this figure, sadly. It kind of is what it is, but it does stand perfectly. And with the fact that you can move the feet around a little bit, it does help get him in a sturdy position. And of course you're going to always want him with that knife up, sort of like this, or this. Now I've activated that waist swivel, that kind of helps as well, get some good poses. Do you like scary movies? What's your favorite? Hello, Sydney. Guys, which is your favourite of the Scream movies? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear back from you on which is your favourite of the Scream movies. Mine has to be the classic Scream 1. But I know a lot of people out there do like Scream 2, 3 and even 4. So let me know your favourite Scream movie and which was your favourite villain overall, the best Ghostface killer. For me, obviously, it was Scream 1. So I always like the fact that it was... the can't remember told me now the boyfriend and that was a really good storyline. And the fact that there was two of them just made it. You weren't expecting it to be two of them. That was perfect. Then after that, it came a bit of a cliche, didn't it? They used two of them in the second film again. But I can't wait to see what they do with Scream 5. So, yeah, but let us know your thoughts, guys, in the comments below. So there he is, guys. Ghostface Killer. We're going to go down to the desk cam, guys, to give you guys an up-close personal look at this action figure. So let's go to the desk cam. So the NECA figures are 7-inch scale, so these figures do not really scale with them, but I just thought I'd show you the size differences between different lines. So there's the Sam in front, the ultimate Sam from NECA. Obviously he's meant to be a lot shorter because he's a child, so that kind of works. But obviously then you've got the Stormtrooper on the left, and you've got these 6-inch McFarlane's figures, which are closer to a 6.5-inch, and they're still too short and too small. The NECA figures definitely are 7 inches to scale, and the clothed ones are slightly that little bit bigger as well, with them being clothed, so they're a bit chunkier. But yeah, the figure itself, like I say, is beautiful. It scales well with Sam, okay. I would consider putting him out with Sam maybe for Halloween, but I don't know, we'll see. But let's take a look at Ghostface on his own. So here is the figure outside of the packaging, guys. I've got the knife upside down in his hand like that because that's how the killer predominantly holds it during the movie. He very rarely uses it any other way. So that's kind of the lunging sort of stance that I would have him at. The actual cloth they've used is very nice. It's very... I wouldn't say it's not detailed, but it's very... it's the same as what it looks in the film. They've gone all out to get all these little tassels right. Because don't forget, in the movie, it was just a cheap Halloween costume. That was the whole point. Anyone could buy these, and they were available, you know, as a Halloween costume in the movie. So these were like readily available, and they were just cheap to throw on. So that was the whole point. So they've managed to capture that pretty well. Underneath, they have actually given him some proper trousers as well, which is nice, and he's got some nice boots and things on there. I didn't really look what was up above the torso. I think it's plain from what I can feel there. It doesn't feel like they've done anything to the top part of the figure. Like I said, with it being Scream, how cool would it have been if it was actually like Billy Loomis under there? You know what I mean? How cool would that have been if you could take the mask off and the cloak off and it was actually Billy Loomis or one of the other killers from the movies? That'd be a great money spinner for NECA, because obviously then they could release all the different versions of the Scream Killer with more or less using the same parts every time. Just different heads and things and a different underlaying costume. And they could have done that by using the original sort of like NECA style of the plastic figure underneath with the plastic clothing, and then just put this cloth stuff over the top with the mask. I think it would have actually worked really well for him. But yeah. Let's not encourage another company to do some money spinner ideas, but I'm surprised because it is such an easy it's such an easy option to do. I'm surprised they haven't done it. Especially with Scream 5 being right around the corner as well. That is more or less definitely happening now. I believe Neve Campbell signed on the other day to do it to come back as Sydney. So it's going to be cool if they do go back to Woodsboro and see what else we can do with this franchise and maybe finish it off once and for all. I don't know if they're going to keep that going for much longer. It's been around for so long now. But either way, I hope they don't make too many and end up making a parody of itself, which already kind of has become with that television series. That was awful. But guys, I'm waffling. What are your thoughts on this figure? Let me know in the comments down below. Are you a fan of the Scream franchise? Let us know in the comments below. So guys, what are your thoughts on Scream and Ghostface and this new figure? Let me know in the comments down below. Did you enjoy this style of review? Did you enjoy going back and looking at the history of the franchise as well as this new figure? And would you like to see the Horror Icon series continue? Let me know in the comments down below. If you do want to see it continue, the next one will be, I believe, on the 1st of October, and it should be Leatherface, which we've yet to review as well. So guys, let me know if you want to see that continue, and thank you very much for watching. As always, I'm your host, Soup Sorrel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon. Bye!